Hi, it's Tabitha with Fairway Mortgage, and I'm here with Carley Rae from Urban Nest.
Hi.
Hey, so what do you specialize in?
So my specialty is like that move-up buyer. Okay. So anyone that has a house to sell, maybe they're expanding their family or just looking for more space, or like the starter home is no longer the starter home. They're looking for like kind of that next step. Like that's my jam. That's what I love to do, is that seamless transition from whatever this house was into like the next step house.
So you would sell their house and then you'd help them find the next house.
Yeah. So we have like a whole like kind of a transition period of what it means to do both at the same time.
Okay.
I think a lot of people get super scary, or maybe they've never sold a house, or they maybe only bought one house, and like the thought of doing it both at the same time, they're like, oh my gosh.
It's a little stressful.
So we kind of put in like systems, and we have like a whole like game plan from beginning to end of how like we're going to execute that. Because obviously like it's stressful enough buying a house.
Yes.
But we want it to be seamless.
I love that. And is there a certain spot in Vegas that you love? Summerlin, Green Valley, what area?
No.
Okay.
I specialize in the luxury Northwest. So I live out in the Northwest. What I love about that, like that 89131, 89149, kind of Centennial Hills, up in those more custom homes, I feel like is the gem of Vegas that like is not spoken about, but you've got the orchard out there and you've got the farm out there. You get bigger lots, custom homes or semi-custom homes. Like it just, the feel of people in that direction, for me, if anyone's like relocated here, like I was born and raised in Vegas, reminds me of like Utah.
Okay.
Like just everyone's chill. They like the outdoors.
Yeah.
Everyone's calm. The farmer markets.
Love it. So right now we have a lot of people moving to Las Vegas with remote work, and it was COVID and all of that. So how would you help that kind of buyer?
So our team actually has like a relocation tour.
Okay.
So when people are coming to Las Vegas, I was, like I said, born and raised here. So I love to like give the little bits of like the parts of the city. And so what we do is it's usually a 2-day tour. Sometimes we can kind of narrow it down in 1 day depending on what they know of Las Vegas. But usually people know the Strip and nothing else.
That's so true.
So we kind of get them in the car depending on how many people are. We'll rent like a van of some sort, and we'll tour them through different areas of the city. So we'll start over like in Henderson, and we'll go through some of those master plan communities up in the Southwest to Southern Highlands, Mountains Edge. Then we're going to go through Summerlin, go around to the Northwest, Centennial Hills, Aliante, and then kind of end over by like the VA hospital.
Okay.
And then that middle, I guess, of the city tour, like that Spring Valley, and then like Old Vegas, and then Chinatown, and then over to like more of the east side on like Sunrise Mountain. Because at the end of the day, people want to find like what feels like home or community.
Yeah.
Until you drive through some of these neighborhoods, like you're not going to find that just
you don't even
looking
know.
At homes on Zillow.
I agree. And you're born and raised here, so you can give them the best advice. Like,
and I'm like, oh, this is what they do for the holidays here, and this is the mall.
This is the best place to eat.
I love that coffee shop. Yeah,
that's so cool. So right now with my buyers, I'm seeing a lot of them are scared to buy. They're thinking like, right now it's not the good time. There's gonna be some kind of crash with the war and everything that's going on in the world. They don't want to move forward. So what are you seeing? Are you seeing the same thing? Are you seeing fear in people?
There's always going to be fear. There's always going to be uncertainty. And unfortunately, that's not something that you're just going to magically like talk someone out of. Like we're educators. I educate on the loan side. I educate on the real estate side.
Right.
Like we can educate as much as we want, but life's still going to happen. We're not going to be able to like fix or change anything. And at the end of the day, like we can portray the message that deals are still happening. People are still buying. I just closed on a house yesterday. Yeah. And so like in a house I never thought I was going to move, I bought and have now a 8% interest rate. So, but I think the point being is like, we're going to constantly see, like I said, the uncertainty, and it's just our jobs of finding the people that aren't scared, that life is still happening. They're still going to school. They're still going to work. They're still doing the things, and everyone needs a house to live in.
And you're going to either rent or you're going to buy. And it's like, if you want to like build those memories with your family in a house that you own, I think that you could still, it's still possible that shouldn't stop you from what's going on.
100% agree. Yeah. I know like they say in war times, that's when like economies like kind of boom. And at the same time, when people are insecure, I saw that during COVID. I think the reason that homes blew up during COVID is everyone was stuck in their house. They really needed to like where they were living if that was going to be an everyday life. So I think that we're going to kind of get into that same mindset. Like I need to be in a place where I do feel secure, which is usually your home.
Exactly. So right now, if a buyer wants to move forward, what would you say are the first steps for them?
I mean, obviously getting together with a great lending partner and having the consumer understand like we're in partnership just with them, almost like a trifecta where we're all working together for like that end goal to get them to the finish line of like home ownership. Right now, I think buyers need to understand is that there are options, right?
Yep, exactly. That's
we can get potential. Right now, we're still having homes that are sitting. Some people have overpriced houses, so there's opportunity to still get closing costs to buy down rate, or there's
a 2-1 buy down program.
Got your 2-1,
yeah, 2-1 buy down.
And then I remember you telling me, okay, so we got this rate, but we do foresee rates coming down eventually.
We do free refinances for the next year. So,
and I think consumers need to hear that. They need to hear the certainty of what their options are. And at the end of the day, we give the options and then they decide what's best for them.
That's true.
But, we're here to kind of be like, hey, here's A, B, or C. And
this is, you want this house, and we're trying to get you, what you want, and trying to get your goal of home ownership. That's what I think is most important too.
I agree.
Working together to do that.
Yeah.
So Carly, if someone wants to work with us, what do they do?
So what you can do, our information is going to be below. There's going to be a number there. Just schedule a 15-minute strategy call with the both of us. We'll jump on a Zoom call with you and we'll see if you're a good fit for us. And then at the end of the day, if we are, then we'll hit the road running and get you into your next house.